Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe where we help and heal one day at a time. All right, so I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm going through the same journey you guys are. And I guess I just want to kind of tell you something that I found kind of reflectively interesting. I got my Hoover. We had a great conversation. And then I started thinking, was it really all that good? It was a good conversation, but how much did it deepen our friendship, whatever we have going on? And I think this is why we feel so empty. Because looking back, I'm analyzing, like, did he ask anything about me? We were able to, talk back and forth. I asked a couple things about him or his family. Um, and we were able to have a good conversation. But it's almost like eating ice chips, and we just eat all these ice chips and we're like, I am so full, I could not eat anymore. That was the best. I'm totally full, satisfied, and then the ice chips start to melt away, and then we're left with nothing. There was no energy from it. There's no nutrients, and going through the relationship, it's kind of like what we did is we just ate a bunch of ice chips. We didn't have healthy meals. Um, as an analogy, we just filled up on nothing. We filled up on nothing, and that's why we feel so empty. And my journey, last night, I had a total breakdown. I'm not going to be a hypocrite with you guys. Total breakdown. Him and I have this agreement after 17 and a half years and a terrible situation, that we'll talk once a week. And it got to the point where it was just so bad. He got the energy off of me crying, but it got to the point where it was like killing me. It was killing me. So we finally got on this even page when all the dirty laundry came out. I figured it out. I found out. He didn't tell me the future faking, promises, the in and out of your life, starts driving you crazy. And so finally, we're in this somewhat healthy agreement. So I'm upholding it. He's pretty much upholding it too. But I sent him a text. It's just a dumb little, kind of like a joke, and you just don't hear back, and it'll drive you crazy. Like, can we like interact with each other? He's in a situation, but if we're gonna still see each other, like, you can at least text me in 2 or 3 days. So it kind of like blows your mind. Like, is it that hard? And like, you even try to communicate through it. Like, can you just tell me what's normal or what I can expect? And there's the communication that's lacking. So there's nothing healthy. There's nothing healthy. We finally had that agreement, but we're filling up on ice chips. And I'm still in my journey, going forward with my life, giving up on the past. But I guess I'm still going to talk to him. Part of it's for the channel, just to understand, um, you know, analyze it a little bit more, because I felt, we had a great conversation. And I look back and I'm like, did we deepen whatever we have? Um, how much concern was there about my life? Um, I asked about his life or asked him to expand on it. So we had this connection, and it's kind of like a one sided connection, um, based on just the dynamics of that phone call. And I just thought it was kind of interesting, that that's what we're filling up on. It's just ice chips. And at the end of the day, um, what do we really get from it? You know, we got to feel full, but there was nothing added to our health. There's nothing added to our health. And eventually, if all you have is ice chips every day, um, it'll kill you. It'll kill you. It'll drain you. You'll live off of your reserves. And eventually, those reserves run out. And, I guess a once a week type agreement is not a lifelong, um, in relationship, living with somebody or marrying them, um, because does drain you. And I'm going to get my nutrients somewhere else. So every now and then, I don't know, I could have ice chips for a snack. I'd be okay. Um, but to have that as like your full life, um, it's just last night I had a breakdown over like, why is this so hard? We're finally in this agreement, like we're friends or whatever, and I'm not blowing up his phone. I'm being really good about things. Um, and the balance is kind of back. We're not working towards a future, but the balance between us is back. But it's still, is off, and you try to work through it. Like, can we just come to some agreement on how we can text each other? Because it's not healthy for me to reach out. Um, because what feels good is, the interaction, not just a one-sided thing, you know, and to have that big of a breakdown over the trauma bond. You'd like to have a comfort in your friendship or your relationship, to where you reach out to somebody. That's your comfort, your friend. I've known him 17 and a half years. And it's like, I can't, like, I don't even care if you say that it's a dumb joke or haha, LOL, or you're so silly. But, you know, what's the point? What's the point in reaching out to a friend? Um, you know, so I just thought it was kind of interesting, something to think about. Look at the interactions, look at the depth, the way they talk. There was a lot of kind of future faking in that conversation and empty loops to where you ask something, um, and they do. So I didn't push it because it's not that big of a deal. But in a full relationship, it is that big of a deal to where you just want to have a meaningful conversation. You don't want to have it where you're confused at the end of it. And it's over simple little things. And it messes with your mind to where I had a full-fledged breakdown. And then, we had a good conversation today, but looking back, it just made me really analyze it. It's kind of like I felt full. I felt full. But at the end of the day, there's no nutrients to it. It was just a temporary fix. So please let me know your comments, like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.